This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. It's Thursday, December 15th. Here are your top stories of the day. Well, the chairman of the Democratic Party of Arkansas, Vince Insalaco, announced Thursday he will not seek a third term as chairman of the party. He's held the post since 2013. House Minority Leader Michael John Gray of Augusta has said he's running for the unpaid position. He's the only serious candidate to step forward so far. The next officer elections were not scheduled until the first quarter of 2019, but they will likely be moved up now. Georgia's Majestic Lounge in Fayetteville will have been open on Dixon Street 90 years in 2017. The establishment will celebrate the anniversary with several concerts New Year's Eve's weekend. It is the oldest and longest-running live music venue in the state of Arkansas and one of the oldest bar and concert venues in the Midwest. Georgia's offers live music 320 days per year. It was opened in 1927 by George Pappas as a restaurant, bar, and general store. Read more on our tourism microsite at talkbusiness.net. Late yesterday, Simmons Bank announced it would acquire Stillwater, Oklahoma-based Southwest Bank Corp. in a $564 million cash and stock deal. The move put Simmons Bank over the $10 billion mark in assets. The buyout will put Simmons Bank in 3 new states, too: Oklahoma, Texas, and Colorado, and 7 states overall. And those are your top stories of the day. You can keep up with those headlines and many more each and every day at talkbusiness.net. A word from our sponsors, and we'll hear from Senate President Jonathan Dismang. Should we continue fiscal sessions in those off legislative years? Also, Paul Gatling with the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal previews the upcoming issue of the Journal. I'm Roby Brock. This is Talk Business and Politics.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Senate President Jonathan Dismang will lead the Arkansas State Senate in the 2017 session. There will be a ton of issues ranging from health care to prison reform, tax cuts, and more. Lawmakers will have the chance to push potential constitutional reforms to voters. How does Dismang see that playing out? You recently said that you were going to advocate for just 2 constitutional amendment proposals, one from the House, one from the Senate. You had said you want to see some cleanup of the amendment process. Another idea is, first of all, is that still your thought?
Yeah, and we're halfway down that road as far as eliminating to 2. Now, with the third one being an option with a 2/3 vote, whenever the Senate came in to select committees and seniority and set seniority, we actually adopted that rule change. And so, like I said, we're halfway there. That'll have to be, it's a joint rule, would need to be adopted by the House, but we're making progress.
What would be, what's your thought on doing away with fiscal sessions? That's been floated out there.
Well, I mean, there's some value both ways in having the sessions. It allows us to have a shorter period to have to forecast and allows for a little bit greater certainty in the budgeting process. At the same time, it puts the members here on an annual basis, and it's a lot of strain to members that want to serve.
So how are you going to vote when that one comes across your desk?
I'd like to see the bill first.
Senator Jonathan Dismang. You're a good tap dancer, aren't you?
I do my best.
You're good. State Senator and Senate President Jonathan Dismang. You can catch his full interview at talkbusiness.net. When we come back, what's happening in the world of finance? The feds have been pretty busy this week. Plus, Paul Gatling with the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal previews the rest of this year's covers.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
I did.
Circuits turn on the lights by making a connection, by closing the loop. At Entergy, we believe our economy is circular too. What you put in comes back. So we invest billions in new infrastructure, which helps attract new industry, which helps create new jobs. We partner with local communities to electrify the economy. And together, we power life. Entergy.
Well, this week the Feds have been meeting for the final time this year. Let's recap some of the action. In a year-end move largely expected by market watchers, the Federal Open Market Committee on Wednesday raised interest rates for only the second time in nearly 10 years. The Feds cited the continued strength of the U.S. job market and the moderate expansion of the U.S. economy in deciding to raise the target range for the federal funds rate to 3.25%. In a press conference with media, Fed Chair Janet Yellen said the modest increase in the federal funds rate is quite low compared to other periods of slow growth in the U.S. economy. The economic outlook is still very uncertain, she said. Federal policymakers also said the U.S. economy would likely grow at a rate in 2017 that would warrant up to 3 rate increases, up from the Market Committee's previous forecast of only 2. You can keep up with our local coverage of national stories like this each and every day on our website at talkbusiness.net. Of course, financial news like this can also be found on our finance microsite, which is sponsored by Stevens Inc. Just scroll to the bottom half of our homepage, and you'll find this microsite and several others. When we return, Paul Gatling with the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal previews the next issue of the Journal and the one after that. Stick around.
Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation provides electric energy across 2/3 of Arkansas. This is an exciting time in our energy history, with incredible progress being made in renewable energy and storage technologies. As our energy portfolio continues to diversify, we'll maintain an all-the-above strategy to provide reliable and affordable electricity. Ever since the first light bulbs were placed in our members' homes, the electric cooperatives have been the solutions provider for our members, and we want to continue that well into the future.
So much of what Arkansas state employees do goes unnoticed, yet they have a positive impact on our citizens each and every day. The Arkansas State Employees Association recognizes individuals for excellence in the workplace and leadership in their communities. Congratulations to Deanna O'Malley of Texarkana, the Outstanding State Employee of 2016. We'd like to say thank you to all state employees for all of your hard work and dedication.
Well, as we close out the year, time to take an end-of-the-year look at the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal, which joined forces with Talk Business and Politics earlier this year. Editor Paul Gatling previews our end of 2016 issues.
This is our last issue of 2016, and in this issue is when we historically will provide an economic forecast for the upcoming year. And I spoke with Mike Harvey of the Northwest Arkansas Council to get a few of his thoughts on the region as we move into 2017. Our reporters also spoke to a few other industry leaders in some other specific sectors to get their thoughts on how a few of those industries might shake out as we go into the next year. We also have a recap of the top 10 business stories from 2016 as judged by our editorial staff, as well as an annual compilation of the best and worst of the news and news makers from the previous year. Kim Souza also has some reporting on direct-to-consumer commerce and how that is becoming a retail channel of growing importance. And in this last issue, our print subscribers will also find our annual Book of Lists, which is a compilation of all the business lists that we publish in each of our issues throughout the year, and it includes rankings and contact information and other in-house research on hundreds of businesses in the local market in a variety of industries.
That's Paul Gatling, editor of the Northwest Arkansas Business Journal. You can check out their content at nwabusinessjournal.com and get ready for a new look on several fronts in 2017. That's all I'm going to say at this point in time. That's all for today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.